Will eBay and other auction houses ever stop shill bidding on their sites? When will it be really taken seriously? And when will we get these dipshits to stop shill bidding these auctions? Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. Another day, another sports card video. We're getting a little bit more serious today, talking about a real actual problem in the hobby that, man, if it could get fixed in 2023, that would be a Christmas miracle. If you're new here, you're looking for daily sports card collectible style content, you have come to the right place. Hit the subscribe button down below. Also connect with me on IG at SportsCardDad, and I'm also on Elon Musk's Twitter, the Sports Card Dad. How many of us have fallen victim to probably a shilled auction over the last few years? I'm really starting to wonder if this number is a lot higher than we know. And what does that mean for just kind of the overall market numbers and everything else? A lot of people will say like, hey, don't talk about this too loudly. This could have a negative impact on our hobby. Well, look, if the whole thing is propped up by BS and by shill bids, I'm not saying the whole thing. There's a lot of legitimate sales that go on, lots and lots of legitimate sales. But even if 10% of these high-end sales or mid to high-end sales, even some of the stuff on the lower end are shill bidded, then that is a dramatic change in how much money is actually in this market, how much is honestly being spent. Because you have people that are basically been overpaying for a while. I saw a recent interview on Luca Nation Network, and this was Cage that was interviewing. I think that her name is Sharon, Black Jaded Wolf. I have seen her at shows before. I've never actually met her in person, but I enjoy her insights, listening to different interviews and different things because she's going around all these big shows, and she provides a unique perspective as a high-end dealer in the space. And so one thing she was talking about, and she talked very highly of eBay, saying, look, they're the number one platform as far as selling cards, which is true. But she's been having problems recently with auctions over $2,000. At $2,000 and up threshold, basically the more high-end stuff, it's just not getting paid for. And look, this is a broken record. I know a lot of people are saying, Dustin, you have already been talking about this. A lot of people talk about this. I know that, but it needs to be talked about more and probably more often until there's finally some sort of change or something that is done to try to thwart this stuff from happening. Because the problem is, of course, hey, we live in a world now, we have data tools. We have card data tools, whether it's Market Movers or Card Ladder or Card Hedge or any of the options that are out there that are taking in this information, plugging it into graphs and showing it to us as sales. Now, I know some of you will say, but Card Ladder vets and Market Movers, they vet and everybody vets. Yeah, humans vet this stuff. Humans go through and try to vet it the best that they can, but it's impossible for them to vet every single sale that goes through every single auction house. It's just not possible. And so that's why data tools are valuable. They do add value, but you take that data with a grain of salt because it is somewhat flawed because it can't be perfect. They can't capture all of the sales, whether it be from, shows or, private sales, this, that, or the other. And then online sales can be a little bit, what does AIH say? There's a little bit of hanky-panky that might be in there. Hell yeah, of course there is. We've kind of known this for years. And so Black Jaded Wolf goes on to say there's a lot of, zero feedback buyers coming at the last second, kind of moving up the price and then not paying for it. And then some of the feedback that she's gotten when she's tried to raise these concerns is that, these are new buyers on the site, new buyers that are coming in. Her response, which I thought was great though, is have some sort of a minimum threshold that they have to meet or just kind of a maximum of what a new person can bid on. If you have zero feedback, should you be able to go bid on a $10,000 sports card? I don't think so. Why? You haven't proven yourself on the platform as a buyer. That's crazy to me. I know with other auction sites, if there's one non-payment, they're kicked off the site. I don't know what sort of due diligence is done on the back end to make sure they don't just set up a new account. I don't really know all the ins and outs of running an auction house. I'm sure it's very challenging. I'm not going to pretend like this is some easy thing to fix because I'm sure it's very difficult and hard to prove and all of those things. But I just don't want to just let it lie at like, well, it's just too hard of a problem. So We just got to deal with it, because really that's the problem with this space. There's lots of talk about big investors and Michael Saylor not taking the sports card market seriously and this and that and whatever. Well, this is a big part of the problem. If you can't be confident that these are real auction sales, that you can't be confident that someone's not coming in and knocking up the price, whether it be their own auction or the buddies helping them out here and there, that's not an honest business that a lot of people are going to want to get into, even if they do love the stuff. I mean, hell, we're buying really damn cool collectible style stuff. But to be honest with you, do I want to get in a bidding war for a $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 card these days? No. Hell no. Who would? And so for eBay in particular, we put a lot of focus on them because they're number one in the space. It's no different than, PSA, and then Fanatics is now in that grouping as well. If you are the number one in your space and you are the market leader, then expectations are sky high for you. They're sky high because you are doing the most transactions. You're the one that's having the most impact on this hobby, which is going to have an effect long-term, short-term, and long-term on everybody involved. And if everyone's really serious about growing the pie and having more people come in, this is a sort of BS that you got to figure out. Or any new person, they're going to think that they're going to look at us like halfway sideways, like, why would I participate in this sort of thing? It makes no sense. So I know this has been talked about before, but having some sort of a deposit or some sort of a check on the back end by an auction house, if eBay had some sort of a check on the back end of like, this person has funds at this credit card or this bank account or whatever to cover this purchase, then great. Or there's a penalty. You get charged immediately. The credit card you have on file, oh, you didn't pay? Well, 10%, boom, you're going to get hit with that something. There has to be some sort of consequence. Look, in life and the world, there's consequences for just about anything. So there's got to be some sort of consequence. You see it all the time on social media, on IG, you'll see it shared. It's like the worst eBayers out there. And it's like, I saw one the other day that was like, my daughter's diaper pooped in her diaper and the diaper hit bid. Sorry, I'm not going to pay. I almost wonder if they did that to get on to IG as like a bad eBay buyer, because who actually says that? Obviously it's not, they know it's not true. Obviously it's a joke, and they know that it's not true, that they're just not going to pay, but they just don't give a damn. And that's the part that it's gotten so bad that people will actually say, I fell off of the roof and my elbow, hit the bid button, but I'm not going to pay in an eBay message. And it's just like, well, what can we do about it? It's gone on too long. 2023, let's make this thing better, whether it be eBay or any of the auction houses. What are you doing to fix this problem? Let's see some concrete stuff. And look, maybe I missed it. Maybe there's something that they're implementing. I know there's been interviews with eBay and other auction houses lately. Maybe I missed it. Let me know in the comments if there's something that I don't know, because I would love to hear something that they're doing to help with this shill bidding problem, because I don't want to overpay. I know you don't want to overpay. And in the long run, eBay doesn't want this to continue to be a problem, because competitors will start to eat into market share if they can solve that problem. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts. Stay healthy, stay awesome, and I will talk to you again later.